Let Freeron left the party.
Oh, my bad.
You should record all your conversations. They had an incident. They had some sort of incident where some guy told a kid to kill himself, and he did. And I think they ban your account if you say that word. So, not aliving. And I don't want to take any chances, so I'm gonna stay more safe than sorry, but basically this one guy told a kid to make himself not alive, and he decided to go through with it, and yeah. So according to the rumors, Sony now listens in to your conversation if they hear you say a certain word or something. I'm not sure if it's true, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
Word up.
I guess as long as you're not threatening anybody, you'll be fine.
I just threatened to break the game. And I do it successfully. In case if you're wondering, developers, I'm back.
Uh-oh. Oh, it's like I'm back and it's the Pokemon Go song. Remember when that was all over YouTube? Hold on. And then Leafy's here made a video on it, and that one kid who sang it made a video called Cyberbullies Are Cancer.
Oh wow.
I think Leafy's here got banned because he posted a bunch of videos with Pokemon's face as the thumbnail.
Anyways, sorry,
Crazy.
we're doing Dunmer today. I was muted the whole time. I fucked up again for the second time in like 3 minutes. So we're doing Dunmer, which is Dark Elves lore today. And I was muted for that long. Fuck. I was wondering why nobody was answering me. Anyways, it's me, your girl, Naya Gemma Girl. Excuse me.
Are you sitting on a chair there? Hold on.
Dad. You look very disappointed. Anyways. So, today we're going to be talking about Dunmer. As I said before.
That's how I feel about the Dunmer right there. Arrow to the knee.
Yeah.
They're either really creepy or really hot.
So let's talk about Dunmer. So they're very creepy. That is all I have to say about on that subject. Very creepy. They look at people. He's magic. Anyways. Oh yeah, we're here with Sparkles or Kachara.
Ooh woo.
We're here with Hibisky, and where the fuck did Freerun go? Are you kidding me?
He probably ran freely.
Wait. You motherfucker. I can. Get the fuck up. I'm about to bash your head in, bitch. Get the fuck over to the table right now. No, not outside, inside. You bitch, get back here. Go ahead and...
Bag, bitch.
Where the fuck? Get back here. What? I can see you. Hi. Okay, just go inside. Get to the fucking spot. Alright, guys. Sit down in the fucking chairs. And let's do this shit.
I barely fit in the chair. Like, I have to sit forward or else my feet won't touch the ground.
Surprisingly, that's what my body does every single time I sit at, like, a restaurant. I'm very small in real life. I may not look it.
Same. I'm only 4'11",
Dad.
and I'm reaching at that.
Okay, well.
You're sitting in my lap.
Oh my gosh.
Snip your hair.
Oh my god, I can't right now. Anyways, Dunmer. They're promiscuous, aren't they, Katara?
Well,
Oh my gosh.
yeah. I mean, in Morrowind, you can literally find one with a naked Khajiit in the corner of her mushroom tower.
That is.
Yes, this is true.
Yo, it's just because he ate one mushroom and he's tripping out doesn't mean he's a bad guy. He ain't not to be free balling it, but hey, we're all
That's
born
fucking.
that
That's fucking. What else, you dum dum?
Alright. The Dunmer were born from the... The Dunmer were born from the ashes of the Battle of Red Mountain. The infamous confrontation around First Era 700 led to the death of an ancient and respected war leader known as Lord Endoral Nerevar, the destruction of the Sixth House, the disappearance of the entire Dwemer race, then present on Nirn.
I'm sorry, I left.
The Dun. Oof. Are you still streaming?
Yes, I am. I'm just putting cups
That's good.
down.
Alright, culminating in a curse from the Jura that transformed the Dunmer into their present appearance. Before that, they were the Chimer, a race of elves with skin like pale gold that followed the prophet Veloth to Resdain, present-day Morrowind, seeking religious freedom. But the Daedra Jura, goddess of dusk and dawn and the patron of Nerevar, became angry and cursed the Chimer, turning their eyes red and their skin ashen. Nerevar's counselors, his general Vivek, the sorcerer Silthasil, and his wife Almalexia, broke an oath they had sworn to Nerevar and Azura by stealing divine powers for themselves. When this tribunal of new living gods showed no remorse to Azura, she was like, bitch fuck you, and cursed them and all the Chimer. Tribunal until the end of time.
Like, bitch, fuck you.
Yeah. She's a girl boss then. The Dunmer came to worship them and follow their teachings, with some notable detractors. For thousands of years they used their power and leadership to protect the Dunmer from foreign invasion, later from Dagoth their ancient arch-enemy and the devil incarnate for the Dunmer, for he too had stolen divine power. After he awakened in Second Era 882, the Tribunal had to devote their full attention to him, allowing for the Treaty of the Armistice with Tiber Septim's Third Empire that made Morrowind an autonomous province. Hold on. Near the end of the Third Era, their power crumbled upon the advent of the Nerevarine, the reincarnation of Nerevar whom Azura had prophesied would come to set right the mistakes of the past. The Nerevarine, excuse me, I'm lizard branding here. The Nerevarine, an outlander to Morrowind, perpetrated Blade's agent of Emperor Uriel Septim VII, severed their divine power at its source, the heart of Morhan.
Would you like a fucking chair? If you want to, I will bring over one of the fucking thrones for you. How about that?
The heart had been discovered in the First Era by the Dwemer, and their plan to exploit it is what caused the Battle of Red Mountain in the first place. Nerevarine released the heart, Dagoth Earth, so Facil and Almalexia were killed soon after. Vivek is missing, with some claiming he was taken by the Daedra, which has multiple meanings, ooh. The Nerevarine eschewed taking power in Morrowind, and instead reportedly set sail for Akavir, leaving the Dunmer to make their own future. Unfortunately, the future has proven grim. In the first few years of the Fourth Era, with Vivek no longer holding Bar Dua in its place, it began its descent into the city of Vivek again. An Ignium was created to hold the moons in place, a magical machine powered by souls. As a consequence, a Dunmer named Sul destroyed the Ignium in an attempt to save his lover from being used to power it. What a simp. Bar Dua hit Vivek City.
What a sim. Ew.
In the book, he was sort of a nothing personnel kid character. Anyway, Bardois then hit Vivek City with the full strength of its original descent, triggering a series of natural disasters that devastated Vardenfell, the province as a whole, in what is now called the Red Ear. In the aftermath, the Argonian armies of Blackmarsh invaded the south and east of the land, but were stopped and repelled by the armies of House Redoran. As a result of the calamities, many Dunmer have fled to other places around Tamriel, notably Skyrim and the small island of Solstheim northwest of Vardenfell, which had become a territory of the Silverine nation of Morrowind in 4th Era 16. House Redoran had created an army when the Empire pulled its forces back to Cyrodiil to deal with the Oblivion Crisis. The army was able to repel the Argonian invaders, saving the Dunmer from an even worse fate. As a result of their service to the Dunmeri people, House Redoran became the eminent power in Morrowind, moving the capital to the ancestral Redoran seat of Blacklight accordingly. When the precise date or circumstances are unknown, Morrowind had ceased to be considered a territory of the Third Empire by 4th Era 40. So that was their current history.
Damn.
Does anyone have any questions?
Wait, hold on a second. I need to give him an apple.
Ooh.
Yeah, your uncle needs an apple. That's all he gets.
You know what kind of vampire that kind of apples that vampire loves of apples?
Blood apple?
Oh.
Right. We'll answer questions before I move on to their society.
Alright, so, guys, any have any questions?
I answered the first one the first time. Someone else's turn. Spin the bottle, we'll figure it out.
No, I don't think I have any questions yet.
Alright.
Why do they hate everyone?
I got a question.
Alright.
So who goes first, me or her, I guess?
Wait, what?
Did she leave?
What? I'm right here.
She left. Oh,
I'm right
you were
here.
invisible for a second. You were invisible for a second. Jeez, hold on. What was your question?
Why do they hate everyone? Why do they treat everyone like
There we
shit?
go. There's her question.
They just do.
Alright.
Because they're egotistical little shits. And also they think the Nords are racist to them when they kind of have to look at themselves and say enslaved Khajiit and Argonians for a while.
Now I have a question. Did it say how many bodies that they killed?
That's what elves.
Dunmer have a whole obsession with like their ancestors and stuff, which we'll discuss later.
Sounds great.
Indeed.
No, anybody else?
Not at the moment.
Okay. So are you
Alright.
off to do a dungeon?
Ooh.
You're gonna go do a dungeon, you said? Alright. You gonna come sit with me?
Yee.
Okay. Alright. So they're just naturally
Yeah.
assholes.
Yeah. Alright. Native-born Dunmer tend to look down on Outlanders, which include both other races and Dunmer born outside of Morrowind, though the intensity of this ethnocentrism varies. For thousands of years under the Tribunal, Dunmer society was structured much like the Chimer society had been. Domestic great houses governed by ruling councils competed against each other for power and territory, while nomadic groups eschewed relative modernity for ancient tribal practices. So basically just Amish Dunmer. Houses tend to rise and fall. Many have faded to extinction over the years or sprouted up to challenge others. At the close of the Third Era, the 5 most important houses were Hlalu, Redoran, Telvanni, Dres, and Endoral, each which had existed for thousands of years, since at least the War of the First Council. While the details are limited, it is known that each of the houses survived the cataclysms following the fall of the Tribunal Temple, with the exception of Hlalu, which lost its position to the previously unknown House Sadraz. In the most recent 2 centuries, Redoran has become the most powerful of great houses, taking the mantle Hlalu had held prior and the Endoral before them. Historically, Endoral had been so heavily involved with the Tribunal itself that it is hard to distinguish the two. Following the collapse of the Tribunal Temple, House Endoral and the new temple have become regarded as one and the same. In the Ashlands, native tribes ruled without laws or government, and lived strictly by codes, rituals, and ancient traditions usually dictated by a wise woman or seer and implemented by a clan leader. He lived in the deserts and plains of the Ashlands and Gravelands. The peaceful status quo for Dunmer was considered quite savage by Westerners, even when led by living gods. Political machinations are constant. Assassinations are common, with the legally established Morag Tong providing services. A large amount of black market activity thrives among Morrowind's extensive coastlines. Dissidents to the temple and other subversives over the years have been hunted and persecuted. Slavery used to be commonplace. Mostly Khajiit and Argonian slaves were trafficked, although many men and mer were also enslaved. Goblins were also seen as a significant slave resource. The Third Empire of Tiber Septim had banned slavery, but Dunmer were allowed to keep their own sacred and traditional laws in their entrance to the empire. Despite these claims that owning slaves is the right, many Dunmer still found the practice abhorrent and immoral, and abolitionist groups continued to crop up within Dunmeri society. By the end of the Third Era, the abolitionists had won, and King Helseth officially abolished slavery. Necromancy is also practiced openly by some Dunmer, although never with Dunmer corpses. The great houses generally followed the established Tribunal Temple, which preached faith for the Tribunal, respect for the good Daedra, who recognized the Tribunal, and veneration of the ancestors. There's some practicality to this. Ancestral remains were used to power ghost fences to ward off spirits, notably the one created by the Tribunal at the closing of the Second Era that surrounded Red Mountain for hundreds of years to keep Dagoth-Ur and his minions at bay. Historically, the Dunmer had resisted worshipping the Aedra of the Nine Divines, whom they viewed as heretical apostates, whose worshippers were on occasion punished severely. The Dunmers were swift in re-establishing these traditions of ancestors and Daedra worship that Ashlanders had kept alive as a new temple. that's all that's written down for their society. And the tribunals are worth a whole other stream, especially like Vivek and Sophocil.
Yeah, I think that's a whole separate thing in itself.
We'll do that another time.
Like, maybe we could read the 36 sermons of Vivek. We could take turns reading each sermon.
Yeah. That sounds like a good video this weekend.
Sermon 14 is
You know what we're gonna have fun with? So,
Mm-hmm.
how about this?
Oh, shit,
Tomorrow
someone
night,
carry a book.
we'll do Argonian instead.
Can we do Malmer?
We can do Malmer,
Yay!
but we can also do Argonian, and I think that Hibiscus should be here for the Argonian one.
Yeah.
Because he hates them. And he can be here for the Malmer one because we're both Malmer or whatever.
There, I deleted the friend request.
Yeah, Wuhan was fucking Dunmer, that little douchebag.
What was that? Something just beeped.
Beep beep. A sheep.
Beep. I'm gonna get some emotes. Ooh.
Exciting.